Hello my friends and welcome back. It's episode 94. It's time for it to all kick off. Or I'm sure it's all going to kick off. Just like when we had that parade in chapter 1. Now we're going to do another parade. We know how parades go in this game. Is this the one that has like 1? No, it's actually 4. It's quite good. I have so many extractums. Let's do it. Do 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 do. Answers on a postcard as to what I'm alluding to. Long live the trader of rogues. Looks like they fixed the place. It looks like this has been reset back to exactly the way it was. Yep, even the machine that was allegedly destroyed forever is now working again. A mysterious item undoubtedly created by inhuman hands. It's a friggin' lasgun. Look at it! It's blatantly a lasgun! That's not a mysterious item at all, it's a friggin' lasgun. It's even got the Aquila on the side. It's probably referring to this gun. Right, anyway. Let's go ahead and do my parade. Okay. Yeah, we've done all this before. Oh, there he is. The most cursed man in 40k, the master of ceremonies. You've been entrusted with arranging the facilities, the festivities. House Wersian, to whom you entrusted the arrangements for the festivities, is overjoyed at having received the honour of introducing you to your subjects and humbly thanks you. Then let us begin. This is going to end badly, just like the last one. I mean, it has to. Everything's too peaceful right now anyway. This is blatantly the end of the chapter. Look at that guy at the front. In his unfathomable benevolence, the Red Trader has decreed that every soul should be given a day's rations and a personal fuel cell, so that may all be fed and warm on this day. I bet the people like that. Although you have to ask, what kind of attack could do anything about the amount of military force assembled here? You are at the apex of this world and all others. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus, you've been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. Gracious saviour of Dargonus and vanquisher of blaspheming inhumans. Cleanser of Janus, who with the one hand brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos. Oh, you can save them? Interesting. I didn't think you could save them. Gracious protector of footfall. Praise the Emperor, fearful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts is fiercer still. Fear not the coming day, henceforth you are all my charges. Wow, that's some serious heresy. I talked to Rabble, take it away. Okay, well, I am playing the iconoclast character, so... You remember the next part? Yes, your lordship will be asked to take the oath. Paragon of humanity, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into the darkness, unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain to greatness. Now what? Taught to rogue traders, Winterscale, and Corda. Oh, it's the Gubernator. Welcome. Requires iconoclast followers. Study the faces of nobles in attendance. Divestem is obviously still leader of the Dogon aristocracy, but judging by his courtesy he's showing to young Swellbuck, he clearly wants you to strengthen his relationship with that house. The disaster on Kiva Gamma left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Werzians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. My greetings to you, esteemed Lord Valancius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. Oh man, I have to use my awareness? An unexpected visit. I, however, have been told all about you. My name is Xavier Calzar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos. Ordo Xenos. Sometimes I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. The man in grey power armor adorned with column skull is undoubtedly a high-ranking Inquisitor. Oh man, I'm failing all the tests right now. If it weren't for you, the Cursed Invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. Look at Abelard's young relative. What is your name? Modesty forbids my esteemed forebearer to say this himself, so I will. Entire family is grateful for you to wishing to see someone of Wersian blood at your side as you claim your inheritance. Swarbuck, who is, judging by his face, suddenly finding the collar of his expensive frock coat uncomfortably tight. They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me in some important task too, but he bid me attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. Of course, I've been working the project for the last 4 years. I highly doubt his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Tristram shoots a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Oh, come on, I'm going to fail this one as well, am I? Oh, come on! so much amazed by your generosity. The provisions that being handed out in the streets of Cat will make the difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. Oh, I'm failing so many tests, and I might have passed them if I'd had these equipped. That seems awful, actually. It really annoys me about the game. I'm almost even tempted to reload. Because the game never tells you when you're going to be making checks by yourself, or when you're going to be making checks using your allies. But, you know, these, plus 10 to all skills things are obviously a huge bonus. And they allow you to re-roll all checks. You must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. Couldn't help but notice an ally of non-human origin standing beside your lordship at the ceremony. I see the sign of unfolding possibilities for collaboration between the Tetra and Xenos races. It pleases me to see such earnest faith. I must commend you. Smile venomously. How many Xenos have you killed personally? Since younger, Prak is so inspired by the thought of conducting business with Xenos, to take him to my service as a trade representative of his house to see that he makes himself useful and that his service is beyond reproach. Young Prak is right. The Xenos are not just a threat, they are also an opportunity. The Inquisitor, standing among the guests, clears his throat quietly. Gabert's face instantly pales and sours. Are they giving me stuff? My soldier took the splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. House Sorek anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times to make the ungodly Xenos carrot your approach. My family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. House Kaprak is delighted to present you the blessed work of the Omnissiah Smiths. Your Lordship, House Warstian possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich and talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to your colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents that the worlds in your charge may prosper. Where is the awareness visor that I just received? Might as well put this on for now while I'm making checks. I just wish I'd done this before I started this conversation, but I mean I probably just missed out on some EXP, but it's still annoying. We captured one. Okay, I don't think there's much to do there. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia 2, but heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles. Brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. We're cut off from that part of the map. That's pretty metal. I bet now there just won't be any checks, and then I'll end up putting all this gear on for nothing. Or the game will suddenly start using my full party to make checks. These swords belong to the presumptuous governor of Webis 4 who staged a revolt hundreds of years ago. The insurrectionist hands, preserved against decay, still rest on the sword's hilts. Ah, it doesn't look like that, but sure. May the Honored Sire grant you understanding. Tora Gaprak looks rather anxious. Makar saw back surprisingly plainly and austerely. For an aristocrat of such high rank is frowning suspiciously. Corruption of Kiva Gamma was a great blow to my family. Oh, come on. You're killing me with these check fails. That was 65%. I think the other one was like 65%. And a few 50s and like a 35%. You'd think I would get at least a couple of them. We originate from the Calixis sector and the cluster of planets known as the Lathe Worlds. Pleased to see that our perspectives align. I too think you are to blame for everything. That's harsh. I swear on the honor side is all-encompassing, so I will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. Incarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. I am a servant of the Von Valansis dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unspeakable insolence. What has so displeased you? I'm your dynasty's loyal servant, but as you asked, I'll answer. Too long has the Crown Suspense lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are subject to the strangest of rumours. You've just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Victor's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise, and accuse you of many other misdeeds. But it doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. People hear them, believe them, and they think that they may follow your example. Man, are we going to duel this guy and kill his ass? Forbid anyone to repeat his lies. Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. We're the long arm of the Imperium. Your poor head, tormented with so many concerns. Would you like to have it removed from your shoulders? You speak of the sector's future with such confidence. Could it be that you want this power for yourself, that you simply envy rogue traders? Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. We are the long arm of the Imperium, and I shall prove it to you. The Swallowback line was one of the first noble houses to arrive in the Coronis Expanse. I don't know if I would like to become better acquainted with your wife has implications or not. It's an honor to be in your company, your lordship. Wouldn't dream of claiming bearing any resemblance to a great saint. I lack her virtue. Rihanna gives you a charming smile. Meanwhile, Tarina and Marcus are watching the conversation unfold, not quite believing their eyes and ears. We're tormenting the guy. You flatter me, your lordship, but I cannot say it is not to my liking. Oh, this is brutal. Carius, you wouldn't mind, would you? You could almost hear the crunching of teeth as Marcus answers in a high and flat, hate-filled hiss. Certainly not. Karius grips the hilt of his parade blade as if trying to strangle it and wheezes furiously. A high honor for House Sorback. I see. I would never, but it was funny to just knock this guy down a peg. For an inscrutable man, Hendrix is being even more inscrutable than usual, as if he is hiding something important. 10 experience for each of these checks, it would seem, so not like the hugest amount. Nothing urgent. Makar Sorback is all but throwing darts at your portrait. He's the more astute at choosing women than enemies. He is trying to entice Garpic to his side, but she is too frightened after the fiasco on Kiva Gamma. That's why they call it the unsleeping eye of the Inquisition. Before this gala concludes, something I'd like to tell you. Be careful today. I sense a wave of darkness will soon hit our defensive lines, and I hope that I will still get a chance to meet you there as an ally. Okay. Why would you say that? Why would you say, I hope this celebration won't end in a shootout? That's a literal curse. Why would you say something so cursed? Can you make it so the guests will stop walking up to me and asking me to open my third eye? I can certainly do it, but they will regret it. They will. You'll melt them into paste. There you are. Welcome to the circle where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain to the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Yes, you have found yourself in suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, now you can enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes, with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Caligos Winterscale is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man, frequently flashes a bright smile no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes to the magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and desire to live and win. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man in armor. His forehead and gloomy face bear signs of degradation. His bloodshot eyes are expressionless. His center quarter radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tick is constantly struggling at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform, adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haedieromus Doloroso, whom you met on footfall, gives you a respectful nod. Welcome to Dargonis, friends! Would you look at that? Now you have a whole friend. I think I'll think twice before calling an individual of questionable purity my friend. I don't have a single point of heresy. Thank you. Thank you for your visit. I should be thanking you. Almost certain you would use my difficulties on footfall as a means to bring that devious weasel Vladim to heel and take the station for your own. What any rogue trader would have done. You proved yourself to be less predictable than that. Well, since you turned out to be a pleasant surprise and stopped the centre from snatching my possession, I'll compensate you for your efforts. I have a nice little world I conquered and can never seem to get around to. I'll throw it in along with the more substantial gift I have brought. Thwarting his Centacorda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime so you can show yourself in action. Holy, that is an amazing gift. More like bleeding scraps of one warp storm tore it to shreds. My servants will piece it back together. Halagos Winterscale wasn't always this nonchalant about his protectorate. He used to be known as a shrewd and business-minded, even concerned for his subjects, but it seems he has grown bored of ruling. I claimed it in the rifts of Hecticon, where we had a clash with Xenos. They were really trying to get to my throat, and by the heathen stars, they almost succeeded. Only 1 in 10 made it out of Hecticon, and now it's only me and Wharton here, and we returned without any loot and virtually without a ship. All I got from that trip was a hold full of dead Xenos and this deadly beauty, which their leader used to put 2 holes in my hide. An impressive victory, but do you truly believe the creation of the ungodly Xenos to be a good gift? You would call into question the privileges bestowed upon me by the Emperor? You can try. Let the St. Drusus mission put forth their champion, and I will slay him in a trial by combat. Threaten the esteemed Hieronymus one more time, Kalagos, and the war that you love to prattle on about will commence. I swear it. 1 drop of holy blood spilt by you will send the remains of your realm up in flames faster than any tanker of Prometheum. Quell your pride, both of you. I do not wish to fight you, Kalagos. I fear not your threats. Death does not frighten me, for it is inevitable. It is as true as the senseless and pointlessness of a war between us. Who is this remarkable warrior? This is Wharton the Grey, an arch-militant, fierce warrior and loyal to me as obedient beast to its master. God, why would you say that in front of him? I brought him in a miserable colony back when he was a runt on his last legs. Now he's practically a part of my dynasty. I've heard that you and Edmund are decent in a fight. What do you think? Could you gut Wharton if it came down to it? Or would he be the one gutting you? Medicae. So Marks casino fighters are too fond of combat stimulants. A small price to pay for increased speed and reaction that could save your life in a fight. Ignoring the fearsome-looking broadsword and pistol which hang from his belt, rather ostentatious. Oh God, I can't say it. I know how it should be pronounced. Ostentatiously. If someone said it to me, I would be able to repeat it. Anyway, great number of thin blades with curved edges skillfully concealed within his armor. These toys are deadly in the hands of a quick fighter. He's a quick fighter despite not looking like one, but I know this, which means that he wouldn't fool me. A new glint appears in the bloodshot eyes, a glint of appraisal, intelligent and cunning. No, Wharton is not the thick, bloodthirsty beast he wants to be seen as. Behind this mask is a careful and keen mind. Kill someone important with it would be the best show of gratitude. In Center, you seem to find me objectionable. I watched for years as outlaws thrived on football, and then at long last I had a chance to put an end to it, seize that thug virgin by the throat, force football to atone and put the fear of him back into the masses, but you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems, for she was far less concerned with her duty to the Expanse than with her own personal interests. None are without fault, noble Isenda. What is the point in their targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? You threatened to starve Footfall, I brought them salvation, so which one of us serves the Emperor and which their own unhealthy ambitions? please. I will believe it no sooner than hearing word that half the population of that den of heresy has been sent to the void's embrace. I have faith that the blessed Edmon is perceptive enough to see the appalling nature of the residents of that depraved place. The esteemed... God, how do you even pronounce these names? Hieronymus? That's how I would pronounce it. Or Hieronymus is my confessor. I'm greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds and will do on 1,000 more. By his will, I will hunt down pirates and desolate their vile nests. Let the cordial name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. The funny thing is, people still call me the foul-mouthed tyrant in all of this. She was of the same breed as Asp. She stopped short and in a lowered voice. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage. Theodora did not have a shred of humility or a fear of his wrath. Asp, that must be Aspis Corda. You remember the name from what you recall. She was a rogue trader too. I, for one, like Theodora. Her stories they told of her travels to nameless stars. And yes, there was no fear in her. Oh, this is Ascenta's favourite subject. She just loves talking about Aspis. The example of the contemptible Aspis is a warning to us all, even among rogue traders empowered by the Emperor himself. A seed of perversion can blossom. You notice Ascenta seemingly freeze and choke up at the mention of Aspis, but the priest's condemning words cause her icy rigidness to evaporate. That reprobate is my forebear and my curse. She was a cruel, covetous, blaspheming monster. She fraternized with Xenos, despised the faith, robbed and slaughtered. She was drawn to dark secrets. One day she boarded her ship and vanished into the depths of the expanse. She was declared missing, but I know the bloody day will come when we see Aspis Corda's battle flagship once more. It will not be a long one, I assure you. I like it. One can instantly tell that they've been invited by a rogue trader and not some administratum bootlicker. We are the conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. You should take this opportunity to learn that this is the palace of a true rogue trader looks like, not a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or, however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Talk to the Master of Ceremonies to end the reception. Oh, there's something going up in the top corner. Before we conclude the episode, there's one little thing going on up here. Extending congratulations to TheEdmon on attaining your new legal status. How are you finding the ceremony? Disorderly. What is this servitor? It is Nomos' new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Edmund von Valancius. Two-way identification complete. We are not Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication. Nomos require communication. In my knowledge and movement, Magos Pascal compelled us to not speak to anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Every 15 watches I commune with Nomos' code and spend the pre-described lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omnisar is yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sing beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years have been revivified, and long-drain mechanisms live anew. Nomos are trying. Great machines of the Imperium, such as your ship, house machine spirits so complex and willful that it's difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so. What we are witnessing is, in truth, the Omnissire's miracle. One that is Category 5 or higher. This is not the entirety of us. The receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. We are able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. It will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. Nomos, our consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. We do not know what we are, we have no past, we awakened in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, the call and plea for help near a place that is called the Warrant Chamber. Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. What do you want to speak about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. We've been observing you. You do things we do not understand. We want to learn why. Remember the day we first met you. You gave your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you. Our small part did inside the servo skull. Then there was a fire, a creature of sated hunger and dark, standing behind the curtain behind the image. You did not listen to that which was calling from behind the curtain. You thought only about those who followed you and about the fire that could destroy those shells. We remember the day when the star disappeared. You ordered the human shells on the world be saved, even though the dark light was coming closer and could have consumed both the ship and Rykad Minoris. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship, lived in its systems, tried to emerge into servitors like this one. So many of our receptacles gathered into one place. You ordered to have them killed. You felt sad. This is what we have seen among many other things. We've begun to understand that we think we have, that we do not know everything about humans and about you. We have tried analyzing shells and defining sets of their needs and fears. Now we think there is more, that there is another side that we do not see. A notion that is larger than we can compute. We envisage this larger notion as a light, a web of light that connects humans, may seem almost invisible, inferior, but grows stronger when they are threatened. This web is always on your mind. When darkness comes, you want every thread that extends from you to shine bright, so that those who follow do not lose their way. Whenever a thread breaks, it saddens you. Did Nomos understand correctly? Well, I am the Iconocaust character, so this top one obviously makes perfect sense. Yes, you do understand correctly. Every thread that connects people, life, value is beyond measure. There's no greater reward than guiding others to salvation when all that surrounds us is darkness. We knew that we could understand you, light and movement, connections and help. We are enjoying this. Perhaps we too are connected to you, through blood, through life. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. Interesting. Speaking of Iconocaust, or Iconoclast, how close are we to rank 3? Very close. I am delightfully heresy free. Okay, and that's it for now because we're out of time. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.